into sin. In fact, when you fall into sin, you fell into grace. You see, that your tradition freaked out then, didn't it? When you fell into sin, grace captures you to let you know sin. You didn't fall from grace. You didn't move from grace. You were right there with grace. You know what he calls falling in grace? Returning back to the law. Trying to keep the law that Jesus died so that you can be free from is a fall from grace. To fall from grace is to go back into the law, trying to keep it after what Jesus has done for you. Romans chapter 75, we talked about how the law stirs up sin. We looked at that. So if we Christians hope for victory over sin, we shouldn't have any relationship with the law, not even the Ten Commandments. If we should hope for victory over sin, we should not have any relationship with the law, which is over 600 of them, and also not even the Big Ten. Not even the Big Ten. Oh, I better freaking your tradition out. Not even the Big Ten. Because Jesus died to free me from the Big Ten.
It says Matthew 19 and 16 through 19. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life? And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments. He said unto him, Which? Yeshua said, Thou shalt do no murder, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness, honor thy father and thy mother, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Sounds like it's a complete and total contradiction to what Yeshua Christ said, right? Wait, it gets worse.
This is amazing stuff. If we hang on to the law as our guide, we can expect sin. We can expect guilt. And you know what? We can expect confusion.
1 Corinthians 14 and 33. For the Most High is not the author of confusion, but of peace, and in all churches of the saints. For the Most High hath given straight commandment to such as came, what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment. 2nd Esdras 7 and 21.
Ineffective to grow us up. The law is just plain ineffective for believers, as we saw in Hebrews 7 and verse 18. It's ineffective for believers. We have no practical, everyday use for it as a guide in our lives as Christians. It is now, according to Hebrews 8:13.
The whole book of Hebrews is referring to the law of animal sacrifice being done away with. 2 Peter 2, verses 1 through 3. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall damnable heresies, even denying the Mashiach that brought them, and bring them upon themselves swift destruction. And many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of, and through covetousness shall they with fiend words make merchandise of you, whose judgment now of long time lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not.
All right, now, let's deal with another perspective of the law.
A private interpretation, you mean? These are the fiend words Peter was speaking of. You won't believe what you're about to read, what he's about to read.
Matthew 5, verse 17 and verse 18. Look what Jesus said. He said in verse 17, "Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill the law. For verily I say unto you," now look what he said about the law. "Verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled." So the law is still around. "Verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled." So the law is still around.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. First of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
So the law is still around.
What?
So the law is still around.
What?
So the law is still around.
Now listen to the rest of this madness.
But if the law doesn't help us Christians live upright lives, then what use is it? The law has a specific purpose on this side of the cross while it's still here.
What?
And while it shall not pass away, while heaven and earth, well, let me see, make sure I read that right. Verse 18, till heaven and earth pass. Has heaven and earth passed? So the law still got a function here on this side of the cross.
You know you done fucked up, right?
No. I said no. I said I put into the project that
You know you done fucked up, right?
no. I said, wait a minute.
Not for us Christians, but it still has a function.
What?
Not for us Christians, but it still has a function.
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
What?
1 John 2 and 6. He saith that he abideth in him ought himself. Matthew 24, 4 and 5. Many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many.